So I wanted to record this video, to give you a quick synopsis about what happens in our day. So it starts off really good. We're able to do a whole bunch of coasters. Then it goes downhill a little bit, then back uphill, and then it ends in a gunshot. So stay tuned until the end to see what happens there. So we just arrived at Atlanta. We're on our way to Six Flags Over Georgia. It's like 46 degrees here, and we just came from Orlando where the temperature is very different. But let's just go check out Six Flags Over Georgia. Okay, we're finally here, Crystal. Six Flags Over Georgia. So we got a locker for our backpack because we actually just came from the airport. And this is our clothing for tonight. And so we got the jumbo locker, and you could definitely fit a dead body inside here. It is absolutely huge. Okay, so up first, we're gonna do Twisted Cyclone, because it's an RMC, and usually RMCs have the longest wait. So we're gonna do that first, just so we don't have to wait in line for the future. Okay, so Twisted Cyclone, it was fun. It was a good RMC. It wasn't the best, but it was still worth it. Yeah,
it was a fun one. It kind of was a little bit of a gentler one versus like Still Vengeance or something like it. It was a smaller version of that. I felt like it was. But still, I felt so bad for the girl behind us. I guess a family forced her to go on.
A little girl, like, I don't know, like 8 or something like that.
Yeah, she is not happy.
But yeah, it's a good like teen version of RMC coaster.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
It's still a good one to try out.
Okay, we're gonna do Daredevil now. It's this coaster behind me. There's a vertical lift hill behind it. Let's get in line. Okay, so Daredevil, vertical lift hill. Look at that beauty. Some good theming on it. I like it. Okay, it looks like it's currently down. So we'll have to come back and do this later. We're now headed down into Gotham City. Down here, I think, is where we can find Batman, the ride. By the way, this is a very big hill, so if you can't walk well or you're in a wheelchair, maybe don't come down here. Okay, so they got one of these flat rides over here that's sort of a coaster, but not really a coaster. I'm gonna skip on that. And over here is a coaster I've been, hearing the news of on Reddit, the Riddler Mindbender. So from what I hear, they're actually redoing the track and making some big changes to the load train for it. And by the way, it's this green coaster track. So we're doing the Batman now. They have some lockers out front you have to use to deposit some of your stuff. And they're playing the Batman music, so that kind of gets me in the right mood. Okay, so Batman, it was a fun ride. It is basically the same as all other Batmans at other Six Flags parks, so nothing special there. Moving on. So, the Riddler's Mindbender is not open right now. They're still working on it. There's a welder doing construction on it earlier in the day, but it's still not working. In fact, you can see that some of the track is not green yet, so it seems like they still have to redo that. So giving you a better close-up of Mindbender. Looks like the station is still very much under construction. Let me zoom in. So that looks very much under construction still. It's not painted yet at all. Very woodeny. Just a hard hat required past this area. So I mean, they are still working on it. You can see that this track is not green. I'm sure they're gonna paint it to match that green soon. But I'm kind of sad I don't get to ride this trip. However, it is, something that I would come back to do. And I like this area. It seems kind of well. They got some good DC rides. They got Catwoman Whip, Harley Quinn World Wheel, which is that, whirly bird thing there. And then over here, let me show you the stadium that they have. They have this pretty cool looking stadium over here. This is what the outside looks like. you'd enter in the drain. So all the audience members would enter into the various drains here. And apparently this is some sort of like DC stunt show, you know, during normal times. So right now it's not operating, sadly. But I just love the theming of this stadium. Six Flags, you do a great job when you try on theming. Okay, making your way back down this ramp and then up the huge ramp. It looks like Daredevil is running right now, so we're gonna try and do that vertical lift hill. Whew. This is one big hill. I would not recommend this if you can't do hills, because this is one of the worst hills I've seen in a theme park. It's just so steep. Okay, so we just got off Daredevil dive coaster and it broke down on us once again while we were on the ride, which is kind of fun.
He was joking. He was just like, oh, we just need this one more coaster ride to go. And we stopped. And I said he angered the coaster gods.
I definitely jinxed it. The people in front of us, they were freaking out. They thought that they'd be evac'd off the ride, but then when they started to, you know, just let the ride go through the course, they started freaking out even more. They're like, no, 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 please don't make us do this. And it was so funny watching their reactions to the ride. But as far as the ride itself, you know, it was a typical dive coaster. It is decent, you know. You should give it a try, right?
Yeah, definitely give it a try.
Up next, we're gonna do Goliath, which is this giant yellow one that actually goes over the entranceway for the parking lot. Okay, here's Goliath going up the lift hill. Away from that, you know, long experience, a Daddy O's barbecue is actually closed. I'm actually sad. I really wanted their barbecue, but it is closed right now. I'm sure it opens later in this season. Okay, we're starving, so it's time to get some lunch. Let's figure out where we're eating. So this place looks pretty good. It's JB's Sports Bar and Grill. Fresh burgers, hot wings, and ice cold beer. Let's check out the line for it. So we were gonna wait at JB's Sports Bar and Grill to order our food, but the line here, it looks like it's like 25 minutes to get in. However, they do have mobile food ordering, and you can actually apply your pass to the mobile food order. So we're gonna do that and see how fast it is. So we're able to order it, and this is what it looks like. Looks like we just wait a few minutes and they're preparing it slowly but surely. And there's even like a button that says prepare my order. And we have to be within the arrival window to have the button enabled. So by the way, this is a line for the mobile order versus that's the line for, you know, menu order. So mobile order is faster. By the way, for DJ's Diner, the mobile ordering is just as long, if not longer, as the regular line. And it goes through the restaurant. It looks like maybe even out the door. It's been seemingly like 10 minutes and I barely moved up in line. It's just taking way too long to get food here. It's really ridiculous. Overall, it would have taken us an hour and a half, I think, to wait for both of our meals, which is just way too long. Especially for theme park food. It's not like it's even like high quality. It's just theme park food. Okay, so here's what happened for lunch and how it went horribly wrong. So Crystal ordered from that one restaurant, DJ's or whatever it was, smokehouse or barbecue. I thought I was ordering from that place too. Nope. Apparently on the app, for some reason, it took me to DJ's Diner here, outside Goliath, and it took an hour and 10 minutes to get food from this place with mobile ordering. That's just way too long for mobile ordering. Mobile ordering should increase efficiency, not decrease it. It took an hour and 10 minutes for food. I almost wanted to, you know, cancel it, but there's no way to cancel it on the mobile app. So Six Flags, get your stuff together. Fix mobile ordering. It should be a faster experience, way pleasanter. An hour and 10 minutes. I was in that line waiting for food. Moving on. I've been noticing these like trellises all over the place, so I'm sure in summer this place is gorgeous with all the leaves growing over the pathways. So up next with our flash pass is Dello Nega mine train. Dello Nega, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a small mine train, kind of like the one at Six Flags St. Louis. We just got off the mine train. It was a fun little mine train.
Yeah, it was interesting. The first thing we went into was like the storage maintenance shed or something. That was the first thing Ryan commented on. He was like, I've never seen this be part of an attraction.
Yeah, it's usually not a feature of rides to go through the maintenance area. But you know, the rest of the ride was kind of cool.
I feel like 80% of the ride has one tone, and then the last 20%, I felt like it changed it. So that was a little bit interesting.
Very interesting. It changed completely. Moving on. So we just got off the mine train, and there's sad news. The line for Dippin' Dots is absolutely huge. That's just for Dippin' Dots. It's a whole bunch of people wanting to use it as their snack credits, basically. And that's sad because Crystal was wanting Dippin' Dots, and I don't think we're gonna get them with that kind of line. It's not worth it.
No, I don't. I want my Dippin' Dots. I haven't had them probably a year and a half now since the park closure, but I don't know about that line.
So we're on our way now to do Monster Mansion. So here's the ride we're gonna do next. It's Monster Mansion, which is a dark ride of Six Flags, which is an unusual thing to say, Six Flags having a dark ride. And from what I gather, because I haven't looked into it too much because I don't like spoilers, it seems like an original ride, and I think it's a boat ride maybe. Yeah, no, that looks like a boat. Oh, this should be fun. Just look at that cute guy on the front of the ride. He's so adorable. Six Flags, why can't you do this at more of the parks? Let's check out what the ride is like. So the line for Monster Mansion is kind of long, so we're glad we got our, skip the line for the line passes. Let me show you what the line is like for it. Okay, here's the Flash Pass entrance, and here's the line. So I'm guessing that's maybe a 15-minute line, but we got the Flash Pass, so get to skip a good portion of this line. Oh my gosh, it is a water ride. Woo-hoo-hoo! This is very unusual for a Six Flags park. He had to push the ride forward because I guess there's nobody in it, so it's just too light to actually get over, I don't know, some sort of obstacle on the way. So new theory, the plastic bag on the front means don't load that vehicle. So it looks like they're loading every other vehicle. Kind of interesting. There's literally no music playing right now. This is just creepy. It's just animatronics waving without any sound. Oh wow, that was a good ride. We'll have to give a review in a second about it. So Monster Mansion had no right to be as good as it was. Six Flags isn't really known for their dark rides whatsoever.
No.
But this was a good ride. It had some fun characters in it.
Yeah, it was fun. It had a little fun catchy tune that they sing for you at the start and the end. Some of the story I think could be tweaked just a little bit to make it a bit better, but I mean it's a really good dark ride.
Six Flags do dark rides. When you try, you can do them quite well. Do more of these. But if you're here, you have to do this ride. This is one of those must-do rides here at Six Flags over Georgia. Yeah. So we're walking to go get our front of the line tickets because of our membership, and it looks like they used to have a chairlift at some point in time, because you know that you'd have a wire up there and then you have the chairlift going over there to one of the stations. I just wonder where the other station is. I think it's probably somewhere down there. Six Flags, why are you taking away a chairlift? Chairlifts are amazing. We're on our way to get on the train, the Reuben Gap Station. That's the name of this station here. And it's kind of a small train. They only have the 2 cars. You know, Disneyland has like 8 cars or whatever it is, but here it's just 2. Looks like they're only letting 1 family group on per row. So we might actually have to wait till the next one. There's not too many empty rows left. We're on the train.
Gentlemen, welcome aboard the Six Flags Over Georgia Railroad. They call me the Texas. I'm the train engine whose job it's been for over 50 years to show you fine people all the sights of Six Flags Over Georgia. Today I'm going to give you a little bit of Six Flags history as you look at some of the rides.
If you can see these bulletin boards, but on one of them it says operating calendar, and it still lists the 2020 operating calendar. Train that they have in front of the Reuben Gap, I don't know, whatever gap. Look at it, it's so cute. I wonder if this ever ran or if this is just a prop. It probably might just be a prop. What do you think, Crystal?
I think it's quite small. It's probably just a prop, but a really well done one.
So as we saw on the train ride, the River Rapids ride is closed. I think it's just called River. There's a sign in the background there. It says just River, but yeah, it's closed. It's just too cold for that. Never mind, Crystal pointed this out. It's actually called Thunder River. So here's Thunder, and there's River. Thunder River. Crystal just made fun of me because I thought it was called the River. What she doesn't realize, when we were at the Lagoon Amusement Park in Salt Lake City, they had a roller coaster that was just called the roller coaster. It happens. People name rides just simple. We're now in their Scream Punk district. They do have a Pandemonium ride behind here, behind the funnel cakes, which we're not going to do. It's like a Spin Sanity at Magic Mountain, Six Flags Magic Mountain, or I think the Joker at Fiesta, Texas. They have them at a lot of parks. Ooh. Yeah. We're going to stop and watch this guy. Looks like they have a little show. We're going to sit here.
Hey, you okay? You're tired. Well, yeah. See, I was napping in the back, and I had the craziest dream. Yeah, you see, well, I was me, and you were you. And for 5 hours a day, we got stuck in a 22-minute time loop in which we relived the same 22 minutes over and over and over and over again. But then, at the end, We changed our clothes, and we became different people. You were an up-and-coming stand-up comedian with a beautiful girlfriend, and me, I was a hotshot young actor being held back to the fact that I was bald before 30. That's definitely a dream. Yeah, well, see you later. Hey, hold up. We got people out here. They don't know who you are. Oh, howdy, people! I'm gonna introduce you to them, all right? Okay, what can I do? You stand out there and do it quick. Okay, I'll do that. All right.
I'm sexy and I know it. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. All right
now. This is a family show. Not anymore. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This right here is my sidekick. And this right here is my sidekick. Oh! He's also the town idiot. Dum-dum. Some of you might actually recognize him from last month's Super Bowl in Cowboy magazine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for Leon P. Jones. Thank you so very much. What an honor it is for all of you to have met me. Well, I'll be seeing you.
So while they're doing their show, I couldn't help but notice this cow thing. I have no idea what this is or why it's there. It kind of looks a little weird though. Oh wow, this is kind of a fun prop.
Thank you very much. It's all good. Did you see that? It did an egg roll.
Oh wow. That was kind of fun. So that was the Shenanigans Wild West comedy show, and it was brilliant. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of, you know, just silly humor in it, and it was fun. Crystal, what did you think of it?
I thought it was fun, and especially at the end when they said it was their last show for the day, I was like, oh, I'm really glad we stopped. It was nice to get a little bit of humor today. It's been a while since we've gotten to go somewhere and see a show.
Yeah, and that's their last show for the night, but they're going to be here all season, and you know what? You should stop by, because it is actually pretty good. Yeah. So we're headed over now to do Blue Hawk, and it's through another one of these like garden things, which is kind of cool. Here we go into Blue Hawk. Okay, so we just got off Blue Hawk, and it's very similar to a ride that's no longer available at Vortex at Kings Island.
Yeah, a lot of little loops and things, although I personally found this one to be a bit smoother than Vortex at Kings Island.
Now, I don't remember it too much because we didn't do Vortex all that often, but I think I like Vortex more. This one was pretty cool though, because as you can see, it goes over the water. Like the whole ride is over the water, so that part's kind of scenic, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, when you get higher up, you can see that there's a little river just across the way that you can't see otherwise. So I did really enjoy the view on this one.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ride, you know, not the best ride, but a beautiful ride. The geese are coming over here across the lake because they heard that we didn't like the ride. We didn't think it was the best ride, so they're coming after us. They're about to goose us down. So we're about to go into the Justice League ride here, which is the one dark ride that they have at a lot of Six Flags parks. However, it's not that great. I wish they had more of Monster Mansion, but you know what? We're here, we're gonna do it. Let's check it out. And they got the statues like normal.
I I don't think I've seen most of these state which points items are. Just, you know, what things to aim for.
Huh.
Copy that, Superman. Where are we from?
So by the way, our Flash Pass was very useful for this ride. It made us skip a lot of the ride, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the wait.
Or wait of the ride, yeah. It was like a 30-40 minute wait, so this one was worth it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is we've gotten the Fast Pass or Flash Pass for the Mine Train, and that was not worth it. It was a walk-on anyway, so that one was a waste. Look at this. I got top 1% of the players. 181,000 points. For comparison, Crystal's only top 40%. So we're off the ride and into the gift shop, showing off some of the merchandise they got. They got some Cyborg stuff. He's become a bigger and bigger hero because of the Justice League movie. They got some other stuff too. They got some Flash merchandise. This water ball is kind of fancy. I like this little cube. Oh, this shirt's kind of cute. Harley Quinn and the Joker. Mad Love. $17.99. Look at the fluffiness of this. The fluffiness.
So fluffy.
Alright, we're all out of the Justice League. Moving on. We're crossing some train tracks. Choo choo. Well, hopefully not choo choo while we're on them. And you know what? We're gonna ride some vintage cars. That's what we're gonna do. It's one of our favorite attractions at the theme parks. Hopefully this one has a good layout. The entrance to the vintage cars is at the top of this hill. So once again, another hill. Over there you have the American, no, it's not the American, it's the Screen Machine. That wooden coaster is the Screen Machine. You got Superman Flight over there. We're probably not doing that one today. But yeah, let's go do some vintage cars down here.
So coming down, we saw a sign that said 2 people minimum in a car. It's a very odd thing. I'm not used to seeing a 2-person minimum for anything other than like a Ferris wheel or something like that. This is just an odd one. I wonder what the reasoning is.
While we're waiting in line, I couldn't help but notice someone threw away a Superman plushie. It looks like it ripped at the bottom. So maybe that's why. I mean, these aren't the best quality, but yeah, they just threw them away. While I wait for the ride, check it out. Here's some of the wait times. Batman the Ride's 55, Blue Hawk 10, Catwoman Whip 20, Dello Mine Train 20, Daredevil Dive 35, Villain Swing 5, Georgia Scorcher 25, Goliath 35, Great American Screen Machine 35, Justice League 15, that seemed like a lie though. Monster Mansion 70, Pandemonium 25, Poison Ivy 25, Superman 20, Twisted Cyclone 55. I wonder if this is some of the plush from that Superman plush toy that was in the trash, because it looks like it. It's just on the ground here. A lovely little car ride. I enjoyed that. What about you?
It was a good ride. He was a pretty good driver. A little bit of an iffy partner.
So one thing I've been noticing is a lot of the stuff here is like a historic place. A couple are like on the ACE, you know, historic coasters, and this is also on the National Registrar of Historic Places. And this is a carousel, is what I mean. Oh wow. Look at that intricate wood carving up there. I can actually see why this would be on the list. That's all carved wood. That's not a painting or some sort of art. That's carved wood. It's quite impressive. Also, right outside the carousel are these rocking chairs, and they have them like everywhere. It's kind of just a nice way for parents, I guess, to sit back and watch their kids. As we walk down the hill, Crystal pointed out something to me. The sign is called Hanson Ride, but the other sign is called Hanson Cars over there on the left. just kind of interesting that they have 2 different names for it. I'm sad that this green coaster, it's called the Joker Funhouse, is not running today. And it looks like just a fun little kid coaster, and it's actually themed. It looks themed well, so I'm sad that it's not running, so we'll have to come back. So we just got our Dippin' Dots using our meal credit. But one thing I didn't like is they had all the spoons in a jar where, you know, anybody could reach in and get their own spoon. But they're all in the same jar.
Yeah, I mean, it makes more sense if the server is the one reaching into the jar to hand it to you at least. But that's not the case.
That's not the case. So it's not being safe. By the way, I know we haven't been filming much tonight, but we just got burritos. And they're pretty big. I mean, for size comparison. But no, they're big. They come with a lot of stuff. Queso is only $2 extra, and they add a lot of it. And I mean, they're just huge. And it also comes with free chips. That burrito was absolutely fantastic. One of the best Six Flags foods I've ever had. Burrito was just fantastic. I would definitely recommend the queso. Crystal, what did you think of yours?
I thought it was pretty good. I went a little plain on mine, so I didn't get like the queso or the grilled veggies, so mine was kind of lacking a little bit of spice and flavor. But I thought all the ingredients are pretty fresh, especially the tortilla. So I really appreciated that, the real freshness of the ingredients, which is a stark contrast to my burger from this afternoon, which I don't know how, but everything already felt stale. Stale bun, stale burger, like it all felt old. So this was really well appreciated tonight.
Kind of interesting. We're waiting for Monster Mansion in the normal queue, and it looks like they might have actually showed your picture on the ride to like be part of the ride. Like, look at this, it's a whole bunch of faces, and so this would just, you know, continue the theme of welcome humans. We're slowly making our way back to the entrance because it's closing time. The whole park's closed. However, I find it funny that they had to wait longer to do a Monster Mansion, like cycle all the guests that were in the queue, than Twisted Cyclone. People just love the Monster Mansion, and for good reason. It's amazing. But yeah, I guess it's like the most popular ride in the park, because even in RMC, like Twisted Cyclone doesn't get as much people as Monster Mansion. I just had to show this off. So green means it hasn't been rented. Red means it has been rented. So all these large lockers where we stored, you know, our clothes for the night, only one of them was rented, and that was the one we rented. So if you need a locker, they do have a lot of large lockers that it seemingly go unused. You can tell a lot of people are looking to use their snack credit before they go. This is the funnel cake booth, which is always like the most popular area to use your snack credit at the end of the night. And the line is just huge. So as we're walking, I can actually see that they stopped the stand-up coaster over there at the top of the lift hill. And I'm just wondering why they do that. Can you see it there in the center of the screen? It's just very weird. We're gonna check out their Main Street gift stores on our way out of the park. Let's see what they got for our wallets. Oh wow, look at this gift shop section. This is a well-themed gift shop. Oh wow, this place is pretty fun. They got some cartoons up there. They even have Daffy Duck up there. Oh wow. This is just so cool. This is unlike a lot of Six Flags parks, which are usually, you know, just retail stores where you can see the shelving on the walls that can come in and out, but this one's pretty well done. Oh, carrots as columns. Oh, I like that. Look at this, like the back area for kids. It's so well themed. You got like a steamboat back here. Oh wow, I like this. Merchandise seems, you know, normal for a Six Flags park, but the theming of this place is quite good. I want to point out these sort of like minimalist style hats. Marvin the Martian, Bugs Bunny. Oh wow, I really dig the minimalism that they're going for here. You know, not too in your face about the characters, but you know, it does show off your love of each of the characters. The one thing Crystal has noticed about these stores is they don't really sell much Six Flags Over Georgia merch, like Six Flags Magic Mountain does or some of the other Six Flags parks. They don't really have any merch, you know, that displays Over Georgia, because we were looking for a magnet. We kind of collect magnets from all the parks. They don't have one here, so that's kind of sad. So we're all done. Six Flags over Georgia. It was a cold day.
Yeah, very cool day.
But I think the morning was fun. Afternoon, not so much because of that long wait for food. And then it got way better too.
Yeah, we got to do the monster ride, got some good burritos. So our day definitely picked back up.
And these flashing lights are basically some cops parked outside the park for safety, I guess. But it's a good park. Maybe, you know, once every year or so. I don't think, you know, you need to travel a long ways to the park.
I don't know though, that monster ride is pretty awesome.
Yeah, the monsters ride by far highlight of the park. I don't know, what was it for you?
Yeah, it would have to be that. I love dark rides, and even though it was cheesy, it was great.
Yeah, you know, it's a good park to come to, and that monster ride, well worth it. But come here early, and you can knock out the coasters super fast, because other than that, it starts getting slower and slower and slower. But yeah, that's it for us for this trip. See ya.
Bye.
They just closed those gates in a hurry. Whole bunch of people forced out of the park, it looks like. I don't know what's happening. Like a whole crowd of people like rushed out of that gate, and then they immediately closed those like ASAP. Huh. By the way, small side note, the Uber pickup area for this park is abysmal. There's like no set parking. Everybody's all over the place. They need to get better at this because this is just crazy. There's so many people just like everywhere. It's confusing. Somebody just literally pulled out a gun out of their car and said like, which one of you something my baby? I don't know, but everybody started running. Jesus. What? What? There's a whole bunch of just movement over there, like a fight or something. I have no idea. We're gonna go this way. I literally just heard a gunshot and people are running. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Oh Jesus. Holy cow. We looked up what happened that night later on Google, and nothing was really reported. You know, the police did arrive there. We don't know if they made any arrests. We don't know if anybody was hurt. Nothing was reported, so we don't think anybody was hurt from that gunshot. But you know, it was crazy. That's actually the most scared I've ever been at a theme park, or really ever in life. Like I was just scared. So the woman literally, she's like 10 feet from, I saw her walk out of her SUV with a gun, and just like, wow, something could happen. So that part really scared me. However, you know, we will be back to Six Flags Over Georgia. For the most part, you know, it did seem like a safe park. And she came from outside the park. She didn't come from inside the park with the gun. You know, she came from outside the park. And that could happen anywhere. So I don't blame Six Flags at all. You know, they do security, you know, at the park. And it was a pretty nice day. And I'd have to blame the weekend. That weekend that we went there is like the playoff weekend for basketball or some sort of basketball event. So it probably brought some madness to the city that was otherwise not there. But overall, we had a pretty fun trip, and we'll see you guys next time.